Hello and welcome back to this channel for another speed build coming at you. Today it's just me, Julia. Hello, welcome. If you are new, the reason I'm saying it's just me is because normally there's two of us on this channel, but my second half is currently out of the country, so the channel has kind of been left in my hands. Today is a speed build done by me because the last speed build was that yoga studio that was done by Hannah. She did it before she left. I think I have another one that she did, just kind of like, she still wanted to give you guys some content while she was gone. But this one is me, all me, but it is not an original design. This is a penthouse. Well, I'm actually doing two separate penthouses from the app, the Sims FREEPLAY. If you guys don't have that app, highly, highly, highly recommend. It is like one of my favorite apps. Honestly, I rambled on about it. My previous speed build, the Teen Idol Mansion. So you can go check that out because that's another house that's on the Sims FreePlay app. But if you are a player and you understand what I'm about to say, they just came out with a new challenge quest. I guess it's like called a quest. That was it was called Sims in the City or something like that. It was supposed to be like a play on Sex in the City, because a while ago they came out with like that train station that took you to a city, and all they had in it was a hospital, which is a part of the whole like new like careers things where you go to work with them, which I love, by the way. But I don't know if I'd want them to add another. There's already 3, and that's like already a lot to deal with. But they added this city and they just added a hospital, and I was like, okay, well, they're gonna add apartments eventually, and they finally did. I feel like it took forever. But yeah, they added, well, they call them penthouses. They added 3 different lots, so naturally they came with 3 different, what's it called? Floor plans, or like pre-made floor plans for it. So, I decided to build them. I don't know. I just was like, I feel like these would be really fun to build, and like it's new, it's current. So yeah, this is the first one. It's called on the app 2.5 beds or something like that, because it's like a 2-bedroom apartment, but then there's like a weird what are those called? I almost said it's not a studio apartment, but one of those like in-laws like apartments. There's a word for it. If Hannah was here, she totally would know what it's called, but I have no idea. But it's basically where there's like just like a little like apartment kind of like in your backyard. So that's what that little building is, which, fun fact, totally forgot to build. I completely forgot to like furnish that part. So I did it after the fact. So if you do download this, there actually will be stuff in there, but for the speed build video, I completely just forgot about it. But anyways, this house was so hard to figure out how to build. Here's why. I really wanted the lot to be like in a city looking area, and I chose this lot at first. This is in that the get together town, whatever it's called. Um it was an okay pick. I don't know, like it wasn't my first choice, but it ended up not being big enough. It was like a 30 by 20, and I was like, I need a little more space. So I ended up going to the just regular the base game neighborhood, and I found the perfect 40 by 30. I had on it originally like a park, but I think that was a park Hannah made, so I have no idea what was actually on it. But it was that one, like, you know, like the strip near the like water that has like the like community lots. Like there's like a gym and like a library or something like that. I don't know. It was the 40 by 30 lot on that little strip. And I loved it because it was perfect. It was near the water. There was like people walking by. There was these little like kind of like beachy public tables in the background. It would have been so perfect. But I ran into a little problem. Apparently, you can only build 3 stories on Sims 3, which I did not realize. I mean, I guess I've never really like needed more than 3 stories up until this point, because I made the first floor. Now the first floor, I was gonna build like some kind of lobby or something, like just something off the top of my head, but I ended up not, like I could have, because I feel like a lot of the get to work stuff would be really perfect for that, but I don't know. I just like, I didn't want the video to get too long and stuff like that because I'm basically building 3 houses in this video. Um, so I just kind of left it open for whatever you choose to be down there. I was thinking like a front desk, a gym, maybe like I'm trying to think of like things that are in like the clubhouse of my apartment complex. There's like usually like a kitchenette, TV, like sofa, fireplace kind of area. Um, but yeah, I didn't do anything down there. But where was I going with that? Oh, the whole lots thing. So okay. So I couldn't build this 4th story, which I'm building. So the first floor is the lobby. Second floor is this penthouse right here. The third floor was um the third floor. Oh wait, maybe you could. I'm trying to think back. You could build 4 stories. You couldn't build up to the 5th. I think that was it. Something like, why am I like all of a sudden forgetting what happened? This was just like yesterday. That's sad. Maybe it was like you couldn't build the 5th floor because the first floor was the lobby. The second floor is this penthouse. The third one is the next one. Then the third penthouse, which would have been the 4th floor, is 2 stories. So yeah, that would have been like 5 floors. I tried looking up cheats, well, Hannah tried, because I was like, I feel like I remember being able to build more stories. And she was like, yeah, on Sims 2, you could build like up to like 30 stories. And I was like, oh yeah. Like, remember the good old days? But she said that she couldn't like find any cheats or like safe cheats because she's experimented with some of like the cheats or whatever that like potentially can mess up your computer or your game or whatever. Because like we have my Mac, which I try not to play around with too much because this is also like my like work and school computer, so I just don't want to completely mess it up. But she has a PC that she really doesn't care about a whole lot, so she was like, what the heck? Let's find out. But she's like, honestly, not a lot of them were worth it. It just makes it laggy. And like, if I put this up on Origin, it's not going to go on it right and stuff like that. Like, I think even when I use the control, it's control. I think it's control. Yeah, I haven't used it in forever. But there's like a cheat, or it's not even a cheat. You literally just press control. You might have to turn on like the testing cheats enabled or whatever. But it's like if you press control, you can move stuff wherever. It doesn't move it into like the grid like placement. But like I've realized that like I'll like do the control placement and then like I'll put it in my library and then download it somewhere else and then like it won't be there or it'll move to like the grid placement or whatever. So I don't know. I try not to mess with that a whole lot just because I want these houses and stuff to be nice whenever you guys download them because we've actually been getting like a decent amount of people downloading our stuff, which is really cool. I'm like happy to see that people are enjoying our houses enough to download them and stuff and to watch them even. But anyways, so because of the whole couldn't build the 5th story or whatever, I decided to split the penthouses, which caused some difficulty on like where like the whole like thing with the lots, like what lot to put it on, because okay, well now I have these buildings that need to be on a 30 by 40. Now I want to make 2 of them. So I'm going to need probably a 64 by 64, which like the only one really that we have is kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I was like, I don't really want to put 2 penthouses in the middle of nowhere. Like, that would make no sense. So, what I decided to do was put them on separate lots because, for two reasons actually. One, because I wanted them to like be in a place that was somewhat like populated, and urban looking. So I ended up doing them on two separate lots on that little strip I was talking about earlier in the base game neighborhood with the library and gym or whatever. I end up putting them on two lots side by side there. Um, which I'm not building on that lot yet. As you can see, I'm already on a different lot. I'm on the one I had the like park at. But there's little beach chairs in the back. See, it wasn't lying. But my second reason for doing that there was, or doing them like on a split lot, was because when I did the screenshots, whenever I would like go down like a floor, it would have gone down on both buildings because it's by the lot. It's not by building because it doesn't recognize that you have two buildings on there. So if I would have taken screenshots, and the other building was in the background, and it would just be completely missing a floor, like a roof, it would look weird. So that was kind of like my other reasoning for doing that. It was kind of annoying, just just in general, like searching out different like lots and stuff is really annoying because then you have to move houses and it's just annoying because it's just annoying honestly because there's like such limited space in this game. Like in Sims 3, I miss it so much. Like that giant town that it was so huge, and it came with like a whole street of empty lots for you to just put your own stuff in. Like I remember Hannah literally could, and the thing too, you could duplicate towns. Like I don't like not duplicate them in the sense that they would have like the same exact houses, but like you could just have multiple towns. Like my sister would have a town, I would have a town, Hannah would have a town. But like now it's like you get a town with a game pack. Like there's no other ways to add like a new town for like a new player, which is just the most annoying thing in the world. But Hannah one time deleted all of the houses in that town, and she was like, I'm gonna fill it up with my own houses. But then like 2 weeks later we got Sims 4, so that was shortly lived. But speaking of Sims 3, I actually played it the other day. Um, right before I moved out of my apartment for the summer, I uh, I downloaded I think all of our Sims 3 games onto Hannah's PC because like my Mac won't handle all of that because we have so many expansion packs. Um, and I was actually like kind of disappointed, and I know I like rave about it all the time on here about like how great it is or whatever, but it actually was pretty bad. Like visually, which like now throwing it back a little bit, or not throwing it back, just being off topic. Today I was watching a Shane Dawson video. He bought one of those Mac iBooks from the 90s, the like colored ones that looked like oyster shells. Um, he bought one of those because he was like, oh, it was always my dream to have one. So he got one and he made like a reaction video to it. Like he charged it, plugged it in, see what it was all about, and he was like, this isn't actually all that nice. And he was like people 17 years ago thought this was like the greatest, most technological thing in the world. Like he put in a CD and was like listening to it, and he was like, this sounds so bad. He was like, I think it genuinely ruined my CD. So like I guess it's just like when you look back on something and like now it's just like, wow, how did we survive off of that? Because like Sims 3, I just remember loving it. I remember like when I was playing it, it's not at all what I remembered it to be. Like I remembered it being really fun because like you got to change everything. There was these huge towns, like there was so much to choose from because I had so many expansion packs. There was so much to do. Like I had pets, I had seasons, I had university, I had the like careers. I mean, I just like, and then like I started to like build my house because that's something I want to do. I want to build my house in Sims 3 because I feel like I could make it a little more accurate because you can change like the patterns and colors and stuff. But I also just kind of like want to see the difference between Sims 3 and 4 because like I'm building the same exact thing on each. But it honestly was just so bad. Like I don't know how to explain it. It looked like a really crappy like architecture program. Like it really was good in that sense. Like it was honestly pretty architectural. Like Sims 4 is a little more like even before I got Sims 4 because I didn't get it right away because I have a Mac and they didn't come out with the Mac version like for some reason like right off the get-go. But I just remember like seeing videos of people playing it and I would be like, this is so cartoonish like looking. And I was like, I don't know if I want this. Like I liked the realism of Sims 3. I think right now, sorry, I'm like getting distracted by my own video. Right now I'm trying to build the fourth floor and like I end up building it as a fourth floor and I know it's super laggy. I use QuickTime. It's the worst. But because that open broadcast system will not download on my computer. It downloaded on our PC though, fine. I'm getting so off topic. Yeah, I built the fourth floor and then I ended up like I think I didn't even record it because I was like, you don't need to see this, you don't care. I ended up just like copying and pasting like the floors and whatnot, or like just moving it all which way. So like just ignore all of the like scenery changes because I just completely messed up this entire like the entire time. But anyways, we were talking about Sims 3. I mean, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't hate Sims 4. There are some things I don't like there's no good door colors. Like, I'm so tired of the posters because, like, if one thing I've learned by making these videos, you need to decorate, like, plants, posters. Like, there needs to be something on every wall, every, like, floor space. This penthouse, like, this floor especially, completely doesn't do that. It's very bland and very open. There's literally just a giant nook just for a piano. But this video I was copying the Sims FREEPLAY, so I mean it wasn't my choice to, but I don't know. I mean, even though it's just so open, I really do like the aesthetic of this loft. It has like that brick wall and like concrete floor, that real like industrial kind of look, like almost like it was like built in a factory, which like I know if you guys have um, Sims for City Living, there's an apartment. I have no idea like which one, but there's like one that basically is supposed to be like an old factory. It has like the really big like windows, like floor to ceiling ones. So I kind of like how this is like almost like the Sims version because like the windows on Sims FreePlay are a floor to ceiling window, but they're the ones that have the, what are those called? Like the just dividers that I guess they're just there. I guess they're just there for like aesthetics. But those are the closest ones I could find. These are most likely from the Get Together pack because everything there was like really Tudorish. But I don't know. I don't really like that. They don't fit this very well, just like the thickness of it. I wish that there was something more floor to ceiling that had the what's it called? Dividers. That's just what I'm calling them. Sorry, I'm like I'm starting to get nervous. It's raining right now, and I think the lights just flickered. So I'm really scared that this voiceover is just gonna like abruptly stop. So and sorry if like you hear thunder in the background. I don't think you'd be able to hear it, but I mean, never say never. But back to the build. Now I'm on the second floor. This is the only penthouse that has a second floor to it. I think it's 2 bedrooms. Yeah, it's like a bathroom, kind of like a walk-through closet, and then the master. That's all on the left, and then bedroom, like a reading nook, and then, oh, the living room is up here. So that's the thing I didn't get. They had that ginormous nook just for a piano, and they had that little, like, they used the wall dividers to kind of make some kind of, like, I don't know, just sitting space. There was like a jukebox kind of like over there, or like some kind of speaker stereo system, but like there's a reading nook up there, so I guess like that's why they didn't have it down there. But I don't know, it was just, the bottom was kind of weird. They could have done something else, like I feel like, I don't know. But then again, sometimes when I'm building big houses, I'm like, I feel like there's no more rooms to think of, because you think bedrooms, bathrooms, living room, kitchen, dining room, and then you're kind of like, I mean, I guess I could do a gym. I guess I could do like a formal reading sitting room. You kind of like just start to run out of ideas. So I don't know. Maybe that's just what happened there. They were like, oh, music room with just a piano. But at least it was like a grand piano. Another thing is that both, I used that like wire bed in this one and that first penthouse. They're supposed to be bunk beds, like that's how they are in the FREEPLAY, because FREEPLAY just had a quest that was like for new teen furniture, which I'm so mad I didn't win anything, because like they tell you a few days in advance, like, okay, like we're gonna have a new quest, so make sure your Sims are knowledgeable in this hobby, and it was the teen idol hobby. But I didn't have like any teens in the one on my phone, and then I didn't have that quest completed on my iPad, so I was like trying to hurry up and like get my Sims to age up fast enough and go through the quest fast enough, but they just didn't, and it was kind of upsetting. But at least I can buy the penthouses and get them that way. But anyways, we're coming to an end. I'm just kind of figuring out some kind of roof. I wish there's probably like some kind of flat roof I could have done, but I kind of like that. It's just different. So anyways, here are the screenshots. I'll put titles of which penthouse is which so you guys know. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. It helps out so much. And if you want to see what I look like in real life, you can go to my vlog channel and subscribe there too. So thanks again for watching. Bye. I'm semi-automatic. My prayer's schizophrenic. But I'll live on, yeah, I'll live on, yeah, I'll live, yeah. I'm semi-automatic. My prayer's schizophrenic. But I'll live on, yeah, I'll live on, yeah, I'll live on. I'm semi-automatic. My prayer's schizophrenic. But I'll live on, yeah, I'll live on. By the time the night wears off, the dust is down and shadows burn, I will rise and stand my ground, waiting for the night's return. I'm never what I like.